Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful poems ever written about loss and, that long, hard road to healing. We're talking about Maya Angelou's When Great Trees Fall.
So let's just jump right in with a question that I think we've all probably had to ask ourselves at some point. How do you even begin to find the words for a loss that feels like it changes everything?
Well, Maya Angelou has this incredible way of answering it. She doesn't start with how people feel. No, she starts with the earth itself. She writes, "When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder." Right there, with that one single image, she sets the entire tone. This isn't just about sadness. This is a seismic event, something that alters the entire world.
And that gets us to the heart of the poem, really. It's all built around this one powerful idea, this central metaphor that compares the passing of these extraordinary people in our lives to the fall of a giant ancient tree. So what Angelou is doing here is using something called an extended metaphor. And really all that means is she takes one comparison, a person is like a great tree, and she runs with it through the entire poem. It's not just a passing image, it's the very foundation she uses to explore just how deep and how wide the impact of loss can really be.
So, where does she go from there? Well, this is where the world itself starts to react. We see this incredible ripple effect of the loss.
It's so brilliant. She uses the animal kingdom to show us the true scale of what's happened. She writes that lions hunker down, which symbolizes that, even the strongest among us feel completely vulnerable. And when elephants lumber after safety, it's like she's saying that even ancient wisdom and power are shaken to their very core. This is way bigger than just a tree falling. It's about the entire ecosystem of our lives being thrown into absolute disarray.
And this effect is so total, so all-encompassing, that it touches even the smallest creatures. Angelou writes that small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. I mean, just think about that phrase, eroded beyond fear. It's this incredible way of describing a state of shock so profound that it's not even terror anymore. It's a kind of numb, mournful silence. The world doesn't just get scared, it's completely stunned.
So after painting this picture of the whole world reacting, Angelou zooms right in on the deeply personal side of it. This is about the anguish of grief. For the people left behind, the very air they breathe feels different. It becomes light, rare, sterile. Think about that for a second. That's not just sadness. That's a feeling of the entire world being drained of its life force, of its richness, of its spirit. It's a feeling of complete and utter isolation. And you know what happens in that kind of quiet emptiness? Memory. Well, it kind of turns on you. It becomes suddenly sharpened, and it just gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Grief has a way of making us laser-focused on regret, on all those missed opportunities, turning memory from what should be a comfort into a source of real, agonizing pain. And this whole feeling is just captured perfectly in this line. Our reality, bound to them, takes leave of us. Wow. When you lose someone who was a pillar and anchor in your life, your own sense of what's real becomes unmoored. You feel cast adrift because a fundamental piece of your world is just gone.
And this is where she really illustrates how loss can make us feel smaller, Our souls, which relied on their nurture, they now shrink, wizened. Our minds, which were inspired by their radiance, they just fall away. We're left in the ignorance of dark, cold caves. It's such a powerful gut punch of a metaphor for despair, that feeling of being reduced and totally lost in the dark.
But, and this is so important, right when we hit that lowest point in the poem, Angelou pivots, and this is where we start to see the slow and very irregular path to healing.
And I just love the word she chooses here, blooms. It means to flourish, to thrive. That word choice is so deliberate. It connects peace to something natural, something organic and alive. It's not something you force, it's something that grows.
And Angelou is so realistic about this whole process. She says that peace blooms slowly and always irregularly. This is so true to life, right? Healing isn't a straight line. It's not some quick fix. It's a gradual journey with starts and stops, with good days and bad days.
So what fills that huge void they left behind? Well, the poem suggests the empty spaces begin to fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. What a beautiful, strange image. It's not that the sadness just vanishes, it's more that the space gets filled with the resonant energy of their spirit, this comforting presence that somehow remains.
And that beautiful idea leads us right into the poem's incredible conclusion. This is about their legacy, about finding a new kind of inspiration in their memory.
There's so much power in the simplicity of this. She just says, they existed. They existed. That repetition is everything. It's this defiant statement against the finality of death. It's saying, they were here, and that is a fact that can never, ever be erased.
And that one simple, undeniable fact, that they lived, that becomes the bedrock for our own future. Their existence becomes the very proof we need to keep going.
And this brings us to the ultimate takeaway, the final message of the whole poem right here. We can be, and be better, for they existed. This is the call to action. We honor their memory not by staying in that dark cave of grief, but by taking the inspiration of their lives and using it to become better versions of ourselves. Their existence actually empowers our own.
And that's what Maya Angelou leaves us with, a way to turn immense loss into a source of strength. So the question for all of us to carry with us is pretty simple but powerful. Whose existence inspires you to be better?